think fast. Songs of the river band. Porchcast, think fast. It's here at last. Porchcast.
Well, that's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Am I right?
Hey everyone, today's sponsor is Payaso Martial Arts in Alton, Illinois. They're a Taekwondo-centric traditional school, family-oriented, and one of the oldest martial arts schools in the Riverbend area. Founded in the 80s by Sonny Hatton, now passed down to his son Johnny, who's running it. And you can go in and tell him that your friend Will with Porch Cafe sent you. You're going to get a free week, and you're going to want to keep going back. They're the real deal, focused on Taekwondo, some karate, kung fu, kickboxing, judo, jiu-jitsu. They do it all. When you go in, tell them that Will from Porch Cafe sent you. You won't regret it.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Porchcast. I'm Will, your host, and joining us today, we got Peter Hussey and Waylon Schroeder. Thank you so much, guys, for making time out of your busy schedules to be with us today. We're very honored to have you and your sage knowledge and experience.
It's pretty saged.
We're so sage.
Thank you.
We got
I've never been called sage before.
That's
there'll be a
cool.
sage burning and rubbing later. Ceremonial.
Sage,
Oh, yeah.
seasoned.
Burning and
rubbing.
So how are you guys doing, all in all? It's been a while. Waylon, I think this is our first time meeting face-to-face.
Yes,
so
I know who you are, but I don't think I've ever met you face-to-face.
Heard rumors.
Heard rumors about
they're
you.
all true.
There's a bunch of you guys in there, a bunch of Levi's.
Yeah, we're scattered around. We're scattered.
Oh, what have you heard?
Like marbles on a floor.
Right. Too many in one place at one time.
So, for anyone watching who's unaware of who you guys are, do you mind just giving a brief overview of who you are, your history, how you guys started in music, and what led you to not only working together, but where you're at today?
Man.
And keep it under 30 seconds. I'm just kidding.
How far back we're going?
I know.
I was born.
In the embryonic stages. All right, I'm older. I'll go first.
Yeah.
So, started playing drums in 4th grade. I'm not going to go that far back, but started playing drums in 4th grade. But it was in high school that my art teacher said, you are spending way more time down in the music wing than you are up in the art wing. You should probably be a music major. So I have to thank my art teacher for making me a musician.
In 4th grade, she said that?
High school, that finally happened, I know. But then went to Eastern Illinois University and got my undergrad and my master's there. And they were in performance. So my plan was, I will play music for a living and I will not teach. And I told my professor that. And now, about 30 years later, I've been teaching for the last 30 years in music. So there must be something to that. So I teach at Lewis and Clark Community College, mostly non-Western music, which is like mind-expanding drug class for non-music majors.
It is. I've taken it.
There we go.
It's very good.
Testimonials will begin shortly. Venmo down below. And then teach percussion and stuff there, but then I also play live around the St. Louis metro area and beyond kind of thing. And so we share musical duties in a couple tribute bands that do Billy Joel music and Elton John music, and then also some Supertramp that I'm not a part of. That's fine. But then I also play things like, sub in with St. Louis Symphony or with the Muni or jazz groups or
Yeah,
whatever.
you're in the union, all right?
I am.
The St. Louis union.
Solidarity.
It's cool gigs, though.
It kind of is. I'm
very cool.
I'm not going to lie. There you go. That's me. I hit stuff. And people sometimes pay me.
Oh, okay.
So then what do you do? What's your story?
Oh, I just started this week.
And you're doing a great job.
What's your Venmo, by the way, Peter? Peter Hustle?
It is. It is. I mean, that's the clean one. There's another
that's
one.
right, that's right.
Don't worry about the other
Yeah.
one.
So I grew up by Grafton, kind of like outside in the country or whatever. And my dad played, so I got a guitar when I was like 7 years old or something. And I didn't take it seriously or anything. I just kind of banging around on it. And then in 6th grade, I started playing in band, like school band, and played saxophone. Then it kind of went from there. And then I went to Lewis and Clark. You weren't there yet.
Oh, no.
And then I went to Eastern, where you went.
Yes.
And then...
Just following in my coattails the whole time is really...
Well, what's weird, though, I was saying this earlier, it's weird. I didn't know you at all, because you're
Right.
from Chicago area, right? Some suburb or what?
Skokie.
Skokie, that's it. And then he came down as... Were you part-time at that time or full-time?
Part-time.
A part-time percussion teacher at Lewis and Clark. I guess you were getting married at the time or something.
Ships passed.
And then I went to Eastern, so I heard your name a lot, but I didn't know who you were. You're like, oh, he's teaching those guitars. I was just there, but wasn't there. But so I did music ed major and jazz performance major for my undergrad, and then I teach in Jerseyville at the middle school. It's year 22, something like that.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I was always in that district, Jerseyville district, but I started like with general music because that's what was open, and then I taught beginning band when I traveled, and then I've been in the same building though since 2009. So now it's 5th, 6th, and 7th grade because they keep moving grades around. But yeah, a lot of kids. I've taught choir before for 10 years. Didn't want to, but they didn't have a teacher, so
No offense,
I taught. Well, it wasn't.
Well.
It wasn't my. It wasn't.
And does any of us really want to teach choir?
No, it's not because of that. It's because I was doing both. Like I had like 240. I had like 240 students or something. You know, like it was insanity. So yeah, I was just overloaded with. So then eventually they got. Well, you know, it's kind of like when the budget crisis happened, like with the schools around 2013, 2014. Everything hit the fan, and from the previous housing and all
Porch
that.
hit the fan.
Yeah. What? The porch.
The porch hit the fan.
Porch hit the fan, yeah. The porch fan. Then, where was I?
You're still teaching.
Jerseyville.
Oh, yeah.
Going on
teaching
about
there.
himself. Oh my god.
I don't like
so
talking about it.
amazing.
So I teach, and then I always played at the same time.
Like
Always
mofo.
I don't know about that. But anyway, it's always like you're leading a double life. Like you got to work all day, and then you go work again. You know?
Yes.
But it's the fun work, but it's still work. And then I went back, got my master's at SIUE, and I think I graduated in 2011 with my master's in jazz performance. And when I did that while teaching, so I was going, like getting up at like 5:30 in the morning and practicing, and this is before BC, we call it, before children. So
Yes. Yes.
so
Those times.
anything's possible.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what Jason Spigler said sometime. He goes, without children, anything's possible. So, because, you know, I mean, I love my kids, but, you know, it definitely changes
Timing.
things. So then I got my master's, and then I had kids and stuff, and then I started playing in a tribute band. A Steely Dan tribute band kind of led to this. I played in that. You weren't in that, right?
I was not.
But Lewis was in it. Lewis Michael. And I played with that, and that was short-lived because it was just so big. It was like 12-piece band, and it had like 2 guitar players, 2 keyboard players, and 3 horn players, and it was just insane. And it sounded good, but it was hard to maintain all those people with all these different personalities at the same time. So then like I said, I had kids right around that time, and then I started playing with the tribute bands with you.
Yep.
With, I guess first was the Billy Joel. You were already in the Elton John one.
I was.
But then I started playing with the Billy Joel one because they started that. And then they wanted to start a Supertramp one. I started doing that. And I also still play with the Warehouse Project, which is the band I played with since I was like 21 years old. We played Friday night. We play 4 times a year or something. And I played with Tanglefoot for a long time, which is a band that my brother was in. So brother Ben plays drums. And we both stepped away from that just because he's getting remarried and like building a house and all this stuff, and got a lot going on. And I started teaching the Lewis and Clark Jazz Band, so that's taken up a little more time. So I do that on Monday nights, which I enjoy a lot, actually. It gives me an outlet with the more adults, like not teaching children. I love teaching children, but it's nice to play stuff a little bit more complex music and stuff.
Right.
So that's about it.
I didn't know you were that musically active. I always knew you were like the horns guy and affiliated with LC, but I didn't. That's amazing.
He's a busy boy.
Yeah. I'd say
Jay
so.
Collins,
Busy.
too.
Yeah,
you did,
I played Jay.
right?
Jay's one of my best friends. Yes.
Yeah.
Then we played as a duo at Fast A's for 15 years. Yeah, every other Wednesday for 15 years, and some other days too. And he still plays there every once in a while. But I stepped down from that. Just trying to. I guess I'm trying to, trying to do less barroom gigs and more like tribute band, original band. I played with an original band a couple weeks ago named St. Chuck. I think they recorded in Alton, actually. And
with Chris Jordan, too.
With Chris Jordan, yeah. So Anthony, the Maurer brothers, Anthony and Tyler Maurer, are in that band. Do you know them?
I'm not familiar.
Okay, so they're originally from up north somewhere, but they Anthony plays in Lewis and Clark band, and he played saxophone in Lewis and Clark jazz band, but he plays bass in this original band named St. Chuck. So they hired
too much talent.
Yeah, he's a good bass player too. But they hired me and Chris to play. So we played over at the Duck Room a couple weeks ago, and that was fun. Except for the fact that if there's three band, I haven't done the original band thing in a long time. 3 bands playing, right? So and then you have to be there at 4 p.m. and you don't play till 10.
Perfect. Perfect.
Because the first band has to sound check first,
Right.
you know.
And you have
Then
to-
everybody else kind of backlines from the backline or whatever. And it was fun though. It was really a lot of fun.
Just another day at the office.
Exactly.
Yeah, I felt old though.
You
All
are.
those guys. Yeah,
You
I
are.
know. Yeah.
So, at what point, and Peter, I know you mentioned that you were wanting originally to be in music performance.
Mm-hmm.
What was the event in your life where you're like, maybe this education aspect or route might be the thing for me?
Right.
In tandem, of course.
I need to pay bills.
I was going to say.
That's right.
I was going to say that.
Well, I mean, you could have got a banker job
Right.
or
Exactly.
dog
No.
walker.
It is absolutely true. Like, pay the bills and or like the idea of having benefits and those kind of things, undeniable. And yet, I will also say that in retrospect, I was doing a whole bunch of teaching, like even when I was back at Eastern. Like I was helping to teach the drumline as an undergrad, and then I got a grad assistantship as a TA. So I was technically teaching the whole time that I was like, la, 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 I'm going to perform. But I was doing all this teaching, and my mentor, Johnny Lee Lane, who taught at Eastern forever, just an incredible educator and motivator. And I think probably even when I walked in the door the first day and said, there's no way I'm teaching, he went, that's cute. And then just sort of let me do my thing, and sort of be a little toddler, and then
I said the same thing. I said, I'm never going to be a teacher.
I said the same thing too. But
Yeah, it's
once
like-
Eddie Hitchcock was like, "You make a great teacher," one day, and I was like, "Ew, no."
Right.
I was an engineering
Absolutely
major
not.
my first semester.
Ooh, nice.
Well, I didn't pay my half.
So then, Waylon, same for you. What was the moment where you're like, yeah, I guess this teaching thing is going to be it for me?
I think it's when I played music. I always loved music, but I wasn't a music major. I was a music minor at Lewis and Clark. I got a scholarship, which is nice. And then, so I
In
did
engineering?
No.
Oh, okay.
In music scholarship. But it was like, I auditioned for like Harlan Hogue and Norman and John Warren, who passed away. Both of them passed away, actually. And they gave me a scholarship, which is awesome. But then I did one semester of engineering major. I was like, I don't want to do this at all. Now,
No offense, engineers.
also, I was like, not good at it. Like, they put me in like a chemistry. Just being honest. I was in a chemistry class. It was like I have no idea what this guy in front of me is talking about right now. Because, I had like chemistry at Jerseyville High School, like chemistry 1 or something, and I don't think I learned anything. But then I get to this class, and you think Lewis and Clark would be super hard, but this guy that taught at Wash U, he taught the same curriculum at Wash U as he did at Lewis
like,
and
where's
Clark.
the off-ramp?
And so, I was like, luckily, Harlan Hogue, I went to him and said, I'm struggling in this class. I'm a freshman, first semester of college, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm struggling. And so he made a few phone calls, and they got me to drop down a class. Because I right then I said, I'm going to be a music major. That's what I want to do anyway.
Yeah.
It's my dad wanted me to do engineering because he wanted me to make money, but I didn't want to make money.
Right. That's your lesson, kids. Right there.
But my dad was a musician. My dad was a part-time musician, like a weekend barroom type musician. And my mom was a teacher, so it kind of made sense. So you got musician, teacher. I mean, what do you think's going to happen? You know. So
Very cool. So you guys met through Lewis and Clark. Like, when did you guys actually like get together and be like, "Oh, I'm doing this music thing. You're doing that music thing. Let's combine forces"? Or how did that happen?
I think because Lewis would put together some things.
I think so.
Like I was teaching saxophone lessons out there, like for credit and non-credit, and in Gilman, which where you teach out there, right?
Yeah, on the second floor.
And I was up there too, and
Okay.
I did that
all
for-
the way to the corner
and I
of my
did
life.
that-
Down up there.
and it was just like when they had saxophone students, either kids or music majors or whatever. And then they do like faculty. I think that's why I first played with you
I think that's right.
because they do like a faculty concert. Like
I think that's right. Yeah, so there's too many Lewises in this conversation. So there's Lewis and Clark Community College, where plenty of us seem to have some affiliation with. But then there is Lewis Michael, who is the grand poobah and fearless leader of the music department and has been for some time.
Shout out, Lewis.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Here's his Venmo. And but you're right. So I think it was a faculty concert. I almost feel like it was doing some Boz Scaggs. Might be the first tune
Probably.
we played together. Some Dirty Lowdown.
Yeah, that one.
I think that's it.
Yeah,
I think I
might have
distinctly remember like playing Shaker and you playing.
Oh yeah, I was teaching lessons out there, and then Lewis would hire me to play like that.
We'd play like trio gigs.
Play trio gigs. Like we'd use percussion, and sometimes he'd play with like a sequencer or whatever, and then he'd play keyboard and sing, and I'd play sax.
Yes, that's
then,
it.
Yeah, I know we used to play at the Chase a little bit, Chase Hotel. And
Yep, like art festivals and stuff.
Yeah, and the thing art festival in Belleville. Yeah, a lot of those things.
Good times.
Good times. Haven't done one of those in a while.
I know.
So
Well, I have. But
They don't call. I'm not on the.
haven't either.
I must be farther down the list now.
So so you guys got the Billy Joel tribute, the Elton John tribute. You've got Supertramp. Sorry, Peter. So at least for those two projects. By the way, are you guys involved together in any other tributes or projects besides those two?
I don't think so.
Well, that's still really cool. I got to see the Billy Joel tribute.
Thanks, Lewis.
Yes, thank you, Lewis. That was
Ticket.
Where was that at?
St. Charles.
St. Charles, yeah,
Yeah.
Chesterfield.
Or Family
But
Arena.
it was like
Yeah.
last year or the year before.
Was that the Family Arena one?
I think so. You were
Yeah.
both there.
Twice.
Yeah.
You were both there.
It was in Family Arena.
Because I could see Peter, especially, it stands out vividly in my mind. Just
No, he's on stage at his drums, and I text him, "Hey, wave!" And I'm like, look down here.
So the first time I played, they had the Elton John tribute, and I don't think it's the one you went to. I think it was the first. They did a Family Arena one. And that was the first gig I played with them, and they didn't hire me till 2 weeks before. They're like,
This
"We're
is
going
how
to be
we
playing Family Arena in 2 weeks. We need a sax player." And I was like, "Okay." So I was out in the garage practicing, so I wouldn't wake up my kids,
Right.
So, and then
A testament to his abilities.
But no, I don't know about that. But anyway, but the Billy Joel was opening for the
yeah, they opened for
John.
themselves.
They
Yes.
opened for themselves, basically. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah, it was
and that's how I
Billy
got.
Joel.
As they do.
And they decided to do that like a month before the gig or something. Instead of having a different opener, they decided to open for themselves. And yeah, it was very nerve wracking, but fun. Yeah.
Right.
I remember when I saw you guys, I was floored. It was a spectacular performance.
Thanks.
And that was my first time I ever got to see you play because I'd always heard your name, and I was like, "Ooh, this Waylon guy. Let's hear him wail."
Whale.
And he wailed.
He was wailing.
I was trying. I don't know.
No, he did a great job.
Killing it.
So when did you guys join that?
Good question. The Elton John one was first.
The Elton John tribute was first, and
all
the
stemmed off
other
that.
tribute bands did not even exist at that point. And so,
Right.
the short version of the story was that the band existed. Whoever the guy was that had been their like sort of background keyboard, patchy fill-in things, I think retired from the band, and so Lewis got the gig. And played with them for a while, not too long or whatever. But there was some kind of conversation where it was sort of like, well, Elton has like a percussionist guy too. And they're like, yeah, but we've never found a guy. And he's like, I know a guy. So that was my in. Shout out to Lewis. That was my in. And I'm guessing that's 10 years ago or more now. I'm not really sure.
When I saw the
trying to
videos on
think.
YouTube, they were like 10 years, and I was like, "Hey, I know."
Right. And the hair was shorter and things were, yes. Right. So that was like a long time ago.
I think I've been about 8, probably, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm
because I think I was in there
totally
for a
guessing.
bit. I was in there for a bit,
Yeah.
and then they did the Billy Joel show that he was on, and then that was the beginnings of all of that.
Now, Waylon, you had mentioned like you hadn't done original kind of musical content in a long time. Is that something?
College I did. Yeah, college we had a band
Is
way
that-
back in the day.
So, what kind of music was that like? And have your inspirations from then changed to now?
Yeah, I was in a band at Eastern, actually, original band for a couple of years, and it was pretty good actually. But I mean, not bragging or anything, but it was going somewhere, I think. But it kind of like, differences that way the original bands sometimes go. Like, yeah, 2 guys writing songs, 2 guys singing, and it kind of they got
Lennon
mad at each other.
McCartney.
Lennon McCartney
Oh my
thing, yeah.
God.
And then I could see the writing on the wall, and I was like, and I was graduating. I was like, I'm gonna go back home. You know, there was a part of me that's like, I'm just gonna stay up here and see where this goes, because we played a lot around Champaign and stuff, and which has a pretty decent little scene there.
Yeah,
and,
just springboard for things.
and but then what kind of music was it? It was kind of like, I would call it, I wouldn't call it pop rock. What would you call, like, if it's more like pop rock meets Wilco or something? Does that make sense?
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Like a
Pilco.
an alternative rock kind of thing, but not real hard. Like a more mellow version of an alternative rock. Yeah.
Right. Alternative soft rock.
Yeah.
Pop alternative rock.
Welcome back.
Pop
to
alternative rock. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. It was like harmonies and stuff, and not
What are
real
those?
heavy guitar or anything. Like it was good. We recorded one little EP, and then you can find it on YouTube if you want.
There we go.
Where could they find that?
Right.
It's called Green Jenkins was the name of the band.
Green Jenkins on YouTube. What was the name of the EP, if you remember?
Maybe it was just Green Jenkins. I don't know.
Exactly.
Check them out on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean that's going back to 2002, 2003.
Good music.
We'll insert
Good
it
music knows
here.
no age.
Don't forget.
Did they have the interwebs back then? Oh,
Barely.
oh,
They didn't have YouTube.
that's true.
There was no YouTube.
Well, it's on there now, right?
Yeah, I think there's some of it on there now. And the bass player, tragically, is from Chicago. He actually passed away.
Oh, man.
So, do you know Dave Christensen? Do you know him? Oh, okay. You know Jim Standiford, right?
Oh.
Yeah, he was the drummer.
Yeah.
He was the drummer.
The Twin Towers.
Jim
Yeah.
Standiford, yeah, from Charleston area.
Outstanding.
Yeah, and then Ryan Groff. Was it? You remember Ryan Groff? No, okay. Anyway, and then I came back home and started playing with Warehouse Project. I think that's what happened.
There we
And
go.
I started
Segue.
teaching, and I remember we used to play over at this was random, over at Humphreys for Penny Pitcher Night on a Wednesday.
It's going to be a good
A
crowd.
Wednesday.
Good crowd, Penny Pitcher.
Not here to see us, but they're a good crowd, yeah. It was a slew bar,
Did you have to play
Humphreys.
like 8 to 1?
It was
Something
horrible. It was something like
crazy,
horrible.
Hours,
awful,
just
disgusting.
Yeah, on a Wednesday night, and then I was teaching general music.
Perfect. Good morning, kids.
Like I had 600 total
quiet.
kindergarten through 5th graders
That's outstanding.
teaching in a portable building, like they used to
There's
have
no
like a
way.
trailer thing. And I was like, I gotta stop playing on Wednesday nights because I got home at 5 or something.
Yeah.
I was living in Jersey, over in the house, and I was up at like 5, and the McKinley Bridge was like not working at that time. It was like
Perfect.
So
Yeah, I
was, like-
remember that.
I was
Right.
like driving through the hood and like trying to get home, and and
This is the seedy underbelly of education, right?
I was like, it's like by the time you know how it is. By the time you get done playing,
What your teachers do.
We never
say if you get done
jobs.
at 1, you get done at 1 or something, right? I mean, it's probably 9 to 1 or something like that.
Right.
And then you pack up,
Right.
get paid,
Right.
drive an hour home.
Absolutely.
It's morning.
Yeah, it's like
Birds
3:30
are
by the
singing.
time.
That's
like-
what I don't miss. I don't miss that anymore. Correct. We used to Warehouse Project used to play 10 to 2 all the time.
Oh no.
It was 10 to 2.
$5,000
Back in-
plus gratuity.
Uh-huh.
We would
No,
pay.
for
We will think
not
of
much
10 to 2.
money.
Right.
At the Firehouse back in the old days, and Big Muddy Pub, and all those places that were kind of hopping back then, in like the early 2000s. And then we'd get ready to play at 2 or 10, and they go, "Well, people aren't really here yet. They're coming, but so can you guys wait till 10:30?
And then just
10:30 to 2:30."
Jesus.
And I remember going through, me and Ashley would go, because we were dating at the time, we go through and get Hardee's breakfast,
right.
It's 24 hours
Yeah, like it's time.
on the way home.
Just start the good morning.
Yeah. But, no responsibilities, really. Correct. Back then.
I want to be courteous to your time, Peter. I know you got to get out of here pretty soon. Last 2 questions. Firstly, what are you guys, either individually or as a in one of your projects, what are you looking forward to the most that you would love to have everybody be aware of? And then secondly, as educators, for any, we'll say amateur, rookie, or somebody who's thinking about getting into music, what advice would you give them?
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Right.
I'm just kidding.
I will start with the advice thing, and then we can work backwards and try to figure out what this has been like a theme. We were almost just chatting before the podcast started, maybe before it started. But with so many of my students that are going into music, the realization of how much music have they experienced, but not just experienced, how much music have they actually listened to with intent, sort of dove in, do they have tastes, those kind of things. Because as they try to play drums, or I think it would expand to sing or play guitar or whatever, and if they're just going, I want to do this, but that music isn't in here, it's going to be really hard to get it to come out of here or out of here or out of here. And I think that was one of my teachers, Todd Zuckerman, who drums with Styx now, talked about we would have listening lessons where he's like, I hope your parents are okay with this. Like, they're paying me money to teach you drums, but I promise today we're going to spend an hour just listening to music and listening with intention and hearing things. And I think that's something that now, with 30 some years of teaching under my belt, I'm going to say that's the number one thing that I still hear in students, and it doesn't really matter what kind of music they want to do. Yeah. If they want to be a classical orchestral musician, but they haven't really listened to classical orchestral music, it's not impossible for them, but you don't even know what sound you're trying to replicate or create. Hey, I want to play saxophone in jazz bands.
Yeah, it's like Charlie Parker said, if you don't live it, it ain't going to come out of your horn.
That's exactly right.
I'd like to expand on that a little bit. Yeah. So, just like you said, like you have to, music's about listening. It shouldn't be about ego or performing as much as it's about listening. And then he said, well, you're performing. Yeah, but the person that performs is the first listener, right? You're listening to what you're doing and stuff. So I remember going through a phase when I was a jazz major, I'd listen to nothing but jazz all the time, like for a couple of years, and then I felt like I was a snob, kind of like jazz snob, but I kind of had to go through that because I had to dive in this really immerse. It's like they say, it's like learning language, right? So like a foreign language, you can't learn a foreign language. It's kind of going with what you're saying.
That's true.
Like, how did they teach me Spanish in college or whatever, Lewis and Clark? By reading a textbook or something. Nope. I know nothing. Right? How do you really learn a foreign language? You go to where they speak that language and you immerse yourself in that language. Yeah. So sometimes you do have to, now I like to listen to all kinds of stuff, from country to blues to pop stuff to jazz, whatever.
Which I think is important as well. No matter what kind of music you think you want to make, the more music you listen to.
Right, but I had to go through that phase, though, of like, because that was my major at the time, I had to go through that phase of just totally immersing myself in one genre. But then after that, then you delve out again. If that makes any sense.
That's true. Right, like concentrate. And
you have to focus, and then because it's overwhelming too, because especially now, like me and you, you're older than I am, but
shots fired.
But
Porch.
I would go to like Music Biz and get CDs and all of them.
Correct.
And that was the only place there was. That, unless you go to Target or Walmart or something, that was it. I had no access and then eventually when I got older, I went over to like Delmar. There was no access to like deeper music or stuff that's not super mainstream, But now these kids have everything, but it's too much. It's like,
that's what I've said that for the last several years. It's so hard to like.
It's so much. It's overload.
Underground is like too underground now, and it's just I don't know.
Well, there's too many options for everything, and just in general, like because technology.
You tell a kid listen to some jazz, and they're like, jazz,
I think,
which is great, but at the same time, it's overwhelming.
I've heard I think it might have been Rick Hayden or something said option anxiety. Too many options, too many
Analysis
choices.
paralysis.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
for real.
It's a real thing,
Right.
You have access to everything, but you don't know what to do because you can't hone in.
Right.
So there's kind of an advantage of like buying that one CD for Music Biz I spent $18 on.
Because you're like, I will listen.
I'm going to listen to the crap out of that, man. Like,
yeah.
And you listen to it over and over and over and over and over and over. And it kind of, now like kids just like, I say kids. I don't know anybody that's younger than me. No, it's like listen to one thing and they're off to another thing. It's very, very ADD. I was going to say
stop it.
That's a whole separate conversation. Technology. YouTube.
Yeah,
it's true.
All the things.
And ADD is another thing. I think I have ADD, and I think most musicians and most students that I've had that are good musicians are on that ADD spectrum for sure.
Right. And maybe that's
I'm not an expert, but maybe.
Well, guys are on it. Peter, did you have something?
Oh, you were just going to say, like, projects looking forward. I don't know. I mean, I still look forward to seeing what's going to happen with these tribute bands. And,
it's fun.
John Gore, who's sort of our fearless leader, constantly has little bubblings of ideas. And so, like, there was one gig that was coming up, and all of a sudden he's like, we're going to open for ourselves. And he's like, maybe we'll do some Steely Dan, or maybe we'll do some...
Yeah, I should mention the horns we added, too.
Hello, it's me. Who's that?
Todd
Rundgren. And so, like, we just suddenly were a Todd Rundgren band. So, like, I think that's the most interesting sort of creative bubble of what's coming next, in terms of...
Also, we added, like, Chris Jordan and Mike Alexander horns on the Billy Joel and on the Elton John, just for certain, like, Elton John stuff. Like, we did an early album that had a lot of horns on it. And doing the 3-piece horn thing is a lot more fun because it fills it out a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's much better, yeah.
You guys have a powerhouse in your bands. Between you, Lewis, and...
Chris Jordan?
Chris, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know for the Elton John, it sounds just like Elton John.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal, and you guys put on a fantastic show. So if you guys don't know, listening at home, we've got Billy the Kid, Dogs of Society, the Supertramp. What's the
Breakfast
name?
in America.
Breakfast in America.
Like now.
If you guys see these gentlemen around town, be sure to wave hello. Appreciate what you contribute to the next generations of music players.
Absolutely.
As a former student of Peter, I gotta say he's got an excellent class, excellent teacher. Waylon, just talking to you, I can tell you've got a lot to offer, and Jerseyville is very lucky. You've got a lot to offer. You've come a long way. Waylon. No, Jerseyville is very lucky.
People tell me that.
Christmas trophy. You'll amount to something someday.
We believe in you.
I really do like teaching the kids. It's nice seeing them, like, grow. Like, I don't know if you know Owen Weber, but he's got a band. What's the name of the band?
The Owen Weber band.
No, it's
the O-Dubs.
Anyway, he's also a jazz major at SIUE. So.
Outstanding. Look at that.
So,
on this jazz
it's
stuff.
nice. It's nice having a. Not saying it's because of me, but it's nice. Like, start these kids out in 5th grade, and then they end up doing these things.
It's beautiful to see because that's kind of the fruits of your labor.
That's the point.
Yeah.
I'd rather see that than anything.
Wherever they go, as long as they're doing the thing that you were helping them do.
Absolutely.
In some facet. So thank you guys so much for your time today. Truly. Everybody, we got Peter Hussey, Waylon Schroeder, and my lovely co-host, Olivia Levi McAtee.
On the Porch Cast.
Keep an eye out for the next episode. It's going to be fantastic, and you're going to hear some music from Peter and Waylon's tribute bands, Elton John, Billy Joel. I don't know if we're going to sneak in a Supertramp or not. Maybe. We'll see. But you got to stick around to find out. Thanks, guys, and have a great day. Bye now.
Well, you went uptown riding in your limousine with your fine Park Avenue clothes. You had the Dom Perignon in your hand and the spoon up your nose. Got a call from an old friend, we used to be real close. Said he couldn't go on the American way. Learned kickball as a formal education. Lost a lot of fights, but it taught me how to lose okay. Oh, I heard about sex, but not enough. I found you could dance and still look tough anyway. Oh, yes, I did. I don't have any reasons. I left them all behind. I'm in a New York state of mind. Yes, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. I'll meet you anytime you want in our Italian restaurant. Oh, I could not love you. Yeah,
Oh, hey. Sorry, I was working. Let me take a break to tell you about today's sponsor, PSL Martial Arts in Alton, Illinois. You can find them on Facebook at facebook.com/PSL Martial Arts or their website, officialpslmartialarts.com. You go in and get a free week and tell Mr. Johnny and Mrs. Amber that your friend Will with Porch Cafe sent you.